Hey everyone, it's Monday at GazWeather.com, which means only one thing, it's Europe Day. Every Monday at GazWeather to have a look at the weather for the coming week across the continent. And of course, this week is going to be the Christmas week, and today is no exception. Now, it's going to be the last European outlook of the year, because I'm taking a break next week. I won't do the European outlook next Monday during the Christmas week. So this will be the last one of 2014. What a warm year it's been, hasn't it? Have a look at all the charts in a moment, see what it's showing for the coming week. But before I go over that, I just want to say about the ads. There's links to articles on most of the pages at GazWeather.com. Have a browse through widgets. If there's any articles that you're interested in, just click through. The website we're using for the video is westcentral.de. I'm linked about on the links page. So let's start off with situation today. It's another very mild day across many parts of Europe, as it has been throughout much of the past week. Very warm, balmy air wafting into central parts of Europe with this area of high pressure set up to the south of the country. A classic sort of set up with high pressure to the south and low pressure to the north, and feeding in these very mild westerly winds. Having a look at the upper air temperature shows that very mild air is infiltrating most parts of Europe. Really warm. Excuse me, much warmer than you would expect at this time of the year with these westerly winds. But cold air is restricted to the very, very far north of Scandinavia and into western parts of Russia, but most places very mild. The dew points show this up nicely. The dew points are cold up there over Scandinavia, but for most places that warm air is bringing those dew points up way above freezing. Underneath the high pressure itself, across some of the central areas, particularly over the Alps, you have got some quite cold dew points there, giving some hard night frost, but generally it's a much warmer scene than you would expect at this time of the year. We've got a weather front strung out from the Atlantic, stretching right the way over towards Eastern Europe, actually. So outbreaks of rain running through Ireland in towards the UK. Becomes patchy over the United Kingdom, and then it sort of reinvigorates once we get over towards northern Germany, into Poland, and then on into Ukraine. Really quite wet there. Of course, as it goes up towards the far northeast, there is risk of some sleet or snow there, but generally this weather front will be giving rain. Snow probably for central parts of Scandinavia, and then most other parts of Europe actually dry. Lots of dry weather to come today underneath that area of high pressure for central southern parts of Europe, and pretty mild as well. The cold temperatures really restricted to the very far east of Europe. There, seeing maximums around 1, 2, 3 degrees, but most parts of Europe very mild. Germany, for instance, much of Germany at 10 degrees, and even warmer than that through Ireland, UK, and France, are down towards Spain as well. Temperatures in the west of Europe generally in the low teens for many places. Now, going through into Christmas Eve, and this is the chart for Christmas Eve on Wednesday, we will find subtle differences. The high pressure will begin to pull out into the Atlantic a little bit, but heights start to lower slightly down to the south. We'll begin to pull down this slightly cooler to colder northwesterly wind in towards the UK and Ireland, and it'll start to push colder air through Scandinavia into Denmark and northern parts of Germany, elsewhere still a very mild scene. So this is the actual chart that we're expecting across Europe for Christmas Day. We've got a ridge of high pressure out in the west of Europe, albeit with cooler air coming down into that high pressure. But it's turning colder through Scandinavia, in towards parts of Germany, also into parts of Poland as well. Colder air will be digging through these areas of low pressure. Going to get some low pressure through the Med as well. Could be starting to generate some showers, particularly around Italy, Corsica and Sardinia perhaps. Having a look at the upper air temperatures, you'll see that it is cooling off quite a lot as we go through towards Christmas. So we're losing all of that warmth through central parts of Europe. The Med's still very mild, still quite warm there, but elsewhere, definitely signs that it's turning colder from the north and from the northwest. The dew point shows up very nicely, really cold air plunging down into Scandinavia, also through much of western Russia, freezing cold there. Elsewhere, the dew points are turning colder, so there will be a risk of frost, and if there's any precipitation around from some of these central parts of Europe, there'll also be a risk of some sleet or snow as well. So yes, some of this precipitation being signalled here across parts of Germany and Poland in towards southern parts of the Baltic. Some of that could could be falling as snow as we get through towards Christmas Day. So snow showers, snow throws definitely likely to be. And also could be some snow falling over the Alps. Much of the Mediterranean seems to be dry, but I think we could be generating a few showers across Italy and Corsica and Sardinia on Christmas Day. But most of the Med actually dry. And then out to the northwest, it's a pretty dry scene. Some snow coming in towards Norway, but the United Kingdom away from the coast largely dry. Temperatures will be colder by Christmas Day, turning colder across most parts of Europe, down into low to mid single figures really for most parts. It's even colder than that, sub-zero across Scandinavia and western parts of Russia. Obviously through the Med, temperatures holding up there quite nicely. And then as we move through into next weekend, we start to see some very unsettled weather coming in with this area of low pressure just here on Saturday. That's going to become a major storm system to the north of Scotland by the look of it, and feed some heavy rain and gales into the northwest of Europe start of next weekend. By the time we get through to Sunday, that low pressure will be moving off in towards the North Sea and the Baltic, and will be putting down a very cold, maybe gale or severe gale force, even storm force, northerly winds. That's going to start to penetrate much colder air down into many central parts of Europe as we go through next weekend. Potentially a lot of uncertainty about this area of low pressure, I have to say that, so maybe it won't pan out quite as this is showing. So the upper air temperature show that colder shot coming through the United Kingdom and into central parts of Europe as well. Severe gales wrapped around that area of low pressure, and things generally turning cooler down through the Mediterranean as well next weekend. Freezing cold in the east of Europe, then a milder slice through parts of Spain, France, in towards Germany. That's that low pressure comes through, and then the cold air comes around the backside of that low pressure and digs down into central parts of Europe. The rainfall shows there's a lot of precipitation, shows there's lots of heavy precipitation here across central and northern parts of Europe by next weekend. A lot of this will be falling as snow, I think, across northern areas in particular. Scandinavia could get some real blizzards next weekend, and excuse me, coming down in towards the North Sea as well. Mix of rain, sleet or snow coming through Germany, and then we've got some more heavy rain perhaps heading in towards parts of northern parts of Spain and Portugal and the Bay of Biscay. It's drier through France and into the United Kingdom and Ireland, although there will be heavy wintry showers coming through on that northwest wind. Then much of the Med will be drier, both showers through Italy, Corsica and Sardinia may get heavier as they come down towards the southeast of Europe, Greece and Turkey, perhaps having some heavy showers and thunderstorms next weekend. Temperatures are cold by the time we get through to next weekend. Most parts of central and eastern Europe staying around or below freezing all day. And out in the west, even there, it is cooling down. It turns briefly milder for a time, I would think, in the west, Friday into Saturday, and then from Saturday into Sunday, it will turn colder once again. So it looks like this mild weather that we've had for the last week to 10 days, lasting for a couple more days, and then it's on its way out. Christmas is going to turn cooler, and then it's going to get progressively colder as we go through into the end of the week and next weekend, and potentially very stormy across the northwestern parts of Europe as well. Well, that's it. That's the last European outlook of 2014. I'll be doing it all over again once we get through into the new year, so I hope you come back on the first Monday of January. I think it'll be the 6th, won't it? 6th of January 2015, something like that anyway. Don't come back then for the first European outlook of 2015. Whatever you're doing, have a great Christmas, have a lovely time, and that's it for now. Thank you very much for watching, both today and through the year. Bye for now.